first opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from Indianapolis. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Now the try here for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw his Carr. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Throwing now is Carr. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back up. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game of their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles, really put it on those receivers.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes him across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw now, here's Love. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Love from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Olivier Vernon brings him down. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
From the 29, Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Raider 1st down, Carter Renfro. On play action, now Carr. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack?
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 38.
Love now. He'll check this one down to Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. First down, Love to pass. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Love, they go play action now. This is caught. Touchdown. T.Y. Hilton. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a play fake. Carr.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And the worst fears weren't realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
25 yards there on the catch and run. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Parker unable to get that one, and that'll bring up second down.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in this first half, and that one, a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a run?
And the ball comes out. Love lost it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Here's Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this has not been their best half so far. They're down double digits already and now forced to operate from inside their own 5.
And what they have to do now is not curse their fate as much as focus on the task at hand. Inside their own 5-yard line, they've got to be careful of taking care of the football and not turning it over for the defense to score additional points.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Working with a 2nd and 4. On play action, it's Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The Raiders on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Carr going to throw. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Getting in there to break that one up, Rocky Sin. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And that's complete to Brown.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and it's 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Carr. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Play action. Now it's Carr. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Complete to Henry Ruggs.
Second and 8.
Brings up second and 8 at the 17-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Jenkins. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Third down.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Campbell. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Forced out to his left. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jordan Love in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
On 2nd and 15 now. Love. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Parker, the intended target. Third down here. Working out of the gun. Love. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This defense tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get him for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
Here's 2nd and 10. Carr. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down Vegas as Carr finds Ruggs that time. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 37. The 20. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merritt. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. This is going to be caught. It's John Brown. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the gun now on third down, Carr. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. To throw his Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Love from the gun. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down. First down going to the air with Love. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Play fake. Here's Love. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Again, it's Love. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Darren Lee gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. They'll roll him out right. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Blankenship's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, They want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
And some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Las Vegas, 1st down.
One final try now for Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Colts, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6.